From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, June the 22nd, 2022. The first of 4 votes needed to dissolve Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett's coalition passed today in the Knesset. Several versions of the legislation were presented by the coalition and by the opposition, which will all be considered next at the Knesset House Committee. The entire process to dissolve the government is expected to be completed sometime next week. After the vote, Bennett spoke to U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who tweeted that he spoke with Bennett regarding the dissolution of the Knesset, underscoring our respect, Blinken wrote, for democratic process, our unwavering commitment to the strong U.S.-Israeli strategic relationship, and our mutual concerns about Iran's malign influence in the region. Bennett's office wrote that he thanked Blinken for his partnership and friendship shown in their work together. He further emphasized that Israel-U.S. relations should continue in their positive spirit and transcend political considerations. The two also stressed the importance of President Joe Biden's upcoming visit. Bennett stating that he will continue to support and assist alternate Prime Minister Yair Lapid upon his taking office. Lapid is expected to be sworn in as interim prime minister next week. Lapid spoke with Blinken as well, tweeting the two discussed President Biden's upcoming visit to Israel. The visit, Lapid saying, is an opportunity to emphasize the president's deep personal connection to Israel, to America's commitment to Israel's security, and to strengthening Israel in the region. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland has tapped Ellie Rosenbaum to be counselor for war crimes accountability in Ukraine. Garland made the announcement on a surprise visit to Ukraine this week, where he met with Ukrainian Prosecutor General Irina Venediktova. Rosenbaum, who is Jewish and a 36-year veteran of the U.S. Justice Department, is said to be the best-known Nazi hunter in the department, having led efforts to identify and deport Nazi war criminals in over 100 cases. He will now help Ukrainian authorities identify and prosecute alleged war crimes committed in Ukraine since the Russian assault. An art installation in Germany, harshly criticized for anti-Semitic elements, has been covered up. People's Justice is a 60-foot-long mural by an Indonesian collective. It's part of the Documenta contemporary art show in the city of Kassel. In it, a figure believed to be an Israeli soldier or intelligence officer is depicted with the face of a pig, a Star of David on his bandana, and Mossad written on his helmet, which is Israel's intelligence agency. Another figure, believed to be an Orthodox Jew, is seen with fangs and a black hat with the SS insignia. Israel's embassy in Munich said the elements are reminiscent of the propaganda of Goebbels and his henchmen in dark times of German history. Several German officials, including its culture minister Claudia Roth, called out the elements as anti-Semitic as well. The art collective said the work was intended to commemorate victims of Indonesia's previous brutal dictatorship and not meant to be related in any way to anti-Semitism. They said, "We are saddened that details in this banner are understood differently from its original purpose. We apologize for the hurt caused in this context." Documenta head Sabine Schorman issued an apology as well, saying that anti-Semitic depictions must have no place in Germany. The banner has been taken down. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, June the 22nd at 7 o'clock. It's Talmud study at 7:30. Rabbi David Novak discusses the need for creativity in Jewish law with regard to intermarriage and conversion. At 8, Rabbi Steven Greenberg discusses the commandment to be inclusive and its challenges, including on issues of homosexuality. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with comic and writer H. Alan Scott, who grew up Mormon but converted to Judaism. At 10, a discussion on the challenges of gathering accurate data on hate crimes with Victoria Kirby York, Clarissa Martinez de Castro, and John C. Yang. from the ADL's Never Is Now conference. And coming up next, it's Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, June the 22nd, 2022. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.